Yeah, so welcome. Thank you, beloveds, for joining me on this journey through the ripple of awakening. And at the end, there will be an opportunity if you feel you want to ask any questions, or if you've had any insights or any triggers, or um, you can relate to parts of what I'm sharing and you want to sort of understand a bit more. And I'll also, at the end of reading the first chapter, I will probably bring in some insights to where I am now in relation to that chapter. So this was, well, I wrote it, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, but it was published 4 years ago. So things have changed, as we know. We always change, right? Nothing stays the same, in form anyway. Our spirit is always joined to the one love. But as we journey that, yeah, we are going to continue to grow. So I'm going to share or start with a poem, which is at the beginning of the book. And so we can use this poem as an opportunity to really drop into our hearts. And I'll invite you now to, if you feel to close your eyes, you don't have to, but if you'd like to, that's the invitation. And just to settle into this moment, just as you are. And to maybe just focus on your breath for a few moments. Sometimes we're so busy, we forget to even connect to our breath. And on each out breath, you can just allow yourself to soften and to relax into this moment, just as you are. And as you notice yourself here, resting on the chair, if there's any expectations or fears arising, any judgments or criticisms, anything at all, just welcome them. And then we can just lay it on the altar to God and trust that whatever needs to be seen and healed will be brought forward for that reason. Okay, so I'm going to read the poem. So as I say, just let these words of love come through to you. And it's entitled, Come, My Love. Come, my love, and rest with me. Lay your burdens down in quiet sanctuary. No need to push or force. Just pause a while, for I will be your comfort now. Just walk back home with me. And in my love, you'll be sustained and never need to strive again. For you are my beloved child, holy, pure, and true. My love supplies your every need and fulfills your happy dream. Just be at one with me, my child, and unite with me in light. For in my grace you're ever safe, and fear will melt away, along with past and future goals, all gone without a trace. Okay, thank you for joining me in that poem. And I will start with chapter 1. And as I say, as we go along, just see the parallels maybe to your own journey and your own awakening. And it's good just to reflect where you are now and to notice exactly what may be coming up for you right now. Because as we join, as we share, this ripple of awakening, it's taking us to one place back home. And when we join together, this is the power, the connection, and this ripple will continue to take us. And so thank you for joining me in that journey back home. I'm very grateful. So I have a little bit of a croaky voice, so, good forgiveness opportunity if anyone's triggered by it. So chapter 1, it's entitled Trusting the Voice. And it opens with a quote from Florence Scovel Shinn. There is a place that you are to fill, and no one else can fill. Something you are to do, which no one else can do. It was actually 4 a.m. on a cold and frosty morning in January 2019, when I was strongly prompted to get out my notebook and pen. I had learnt to listen to the prompts over the years, and the short but direct message I received that morning was clear. It was indeed time to share my message with the world and start writing this book. I have to admit, it was quite a daunting prospect, because I had never seen myself as a writer, and historically, my literary experience at school was quite basic, and certainly not of A-star performance. But as I came to discover, this was actually irrelevant, because when spirit guides you, there is nothing in the world that can stop the message from coming through, if we are but willing to share it. One experience that helped me trust and embrace this process was back in 2010. I was preparing to run a meditation in the beautiful Bluebell Woods near where I lived, and thought it would be great to read a poem about bluebells. I searched online, but couldn't find anything that touched me. I received a clear message in my head. You write it! Exclamation mark. I was dismissive of the voice at first, because I just didn't believe that I could. But again, the voice boomed inside my head. You can do it! Exclamation mark. To keep the voice quiet, I thought, what the heck, let's give it a go. And lo and behold, the words just fell onto the paper. I must admit, I was rather moved by the poem and was impressed at how easily it all happened. Over that period of time, nature inspired me again and again, and I couldn't help but express those feelings through the medium of poetry. For the most part, I kept them all to myself, as I just didn't have the confidence to share them. But little by little, as I dipped my toe further into the arena of inspired writing, I began to write a monthly newsletter, which included spiritual insights and inspiration to help and support other people. This tentative writing was always well received, and I really enjoyed the creative process that was developing. But I just couldn't get any momentum moving on a real book. To be fair, I never felt quite brave enough to consider myself as an author, and had become accustomed to the very familiar ego voice of doom and gloom, which I came to discover was not the true me, but the bogus part wishing to keep me in the darkness. It came up with some real humdingers, with its well-rehearsed comments like, "You write a book? You gotta be kidding. That's what other people do, and they have something of interest to say. And they will also have letters after their name, a degree in literature, and a literary prowess second to none," etc., etc. But as you will discover as you turn the pages of this book, I have found ways to soothe that part of me and uncover its lies and attempts to keep me in littleness. And instead, I have learned to develop and trust in the other voice, the one that always speaks the truth, the one that inspired me way back then to write my first poem. That voice is always loving, always kind, and always calling us to the light. I have chosen to let the presence and brilliance of that loving voice now be the leader in my life. And as such, I have learned to embrace the gifts that have come to the fore as a result. That journey of connection and remembering the truth of who I really am is what this book is based on. My learning from a real-time spiritual awakening, as I feel one can only teach from one's own experience. My intention is for this book to be a companion for those of you who find yourself tentatively or wholeheartedly on the path of awakening too. My words will always be authentic and real, and at times raw, for I know that your soul wants the truth, and nothing else will do. I would suggest that you take what feels right for you and disregard the rest. Please don't feel obliged to do anything that is shared, but I would encourage you to have an open and curious mind and set an intention to listen to your own heart and build a relationship with the radical honesty that will flow from it. So I feel I'd like us just to do that right now. So there's an invitation to just close your eyes for a moment, and maybe if you wish to, place your hand on your heart. You don't have to, but let's just drop into our heart. And set an intention to listen to your heart and to build a relationship with the radical honesty that will flow from it. So just drop down from the head to the heart. Take a few breaths. Soften in that particular area. And what is your intention right now for your own awakening journey? And in your mind, just voice it. And you can always tell when it's your heart, as it's said earlier in the book, because it will be loving and kind and gentle. Sometimes it will be strong, like it was that time for me when I got the message to write the poem. It was very direct, but it was loving. And maybe you might hear something right now, a message, a word, an insight. Maybe you can't feel anything, but that could be your intention, to want to open your heart. Maybe you're frightened. Maybe you're skeptical. Maybe you're unsure if you're worthy. But right here, right now, that can be your intention to offer this for healing. To pray that you want to listen to your heart, to the love. Really, why else are we here? And then you can imagine just sending off that intention like a beautiful white dove, just sending the message out into the universe. Set it free and trust. So take another beautiful breath and thank your beautiful heart. Thank you. Beautiful. Okay. Please also know that at the core of this book, there is the deepest love and respect for those who are on the path of awakening and who are opening up to what that means. Many more people just like you are being called to this holy shift of the mind and have been asking the bigger questions. And as a result, there is a quickening and inevitable growth in those who are awakening. We are waking up to the truth of who we really are, a boundless, eternal, and loving spirit of pure light. We are being called to share this truth and shine without apology. I believe that as we wake up and walk this path home, we can't help but share and extend the love that we are. I like to see it as a divine ripple, which grows stronger as each one of us commits to shining our light. As we do so, this in turn radiates out into the world to those hearts who are ready to receive it. This ripple effect is way beyond anything I could practically change in the world through action alone. The power of the word and the opening up of technology is bringing about a massive shift in how people are gaining access to information. And I am excited to know that the potential for reaching those who are ready for change will be much easier than for our generation and our forefathers. Now, there's a quote here from A Course in Miracles. If you are to save the world, you first accept salvation for yourself. I understand the concepts in this book may be challenging and shake some of you up. And I say amen to that. This essentially means that a shift is taking place, one that will have a profound change on what you thought you knew and open you to a consciousness that few consistently plug into, let alone know exists. This consciousness is a powerful awareness beyond the normal humdrum of most people's lives. And when one cultivates it, as I found out firsthand, miracles unfold in a multitude of ways with far-reaching consequences. I have interviewed others who have also walked this path of awakening and who share a mutual desire to create heaven on earth. I felt it important to include different insights as it shows the diversity of how a spiritual awakening unfolds. I trust their truth will speak something within you and illuminate your soul in some way to remind you that there is not one guru or one way. We are all teacher and student. We are all one. Each of their stories was given with such generosity, along with a genuine desire to help those who are awakening and searching for truth. I will intersperse these insights and wisdom throughout the book, and the full details of each mighty companion, as well as their inspiring and insightful interviews, are listed at the end of the book. My heart is so full of love and admiration for these dear souls, and I send each of them my sincere and heartfelt appreciation for A, walking the path with such integrity and authenticity, and B, for sharing their heartfelt truth. Each one of these people has touched my life in some way and inspired me to write this book. They have all been a guiding light when I forgot who I was, and some have helped me face challenges that I thought were insurmountable, and mirrored back to me my own light and boundless love when I had forgotten. It has shown me that the spiritual awakening journey is totally unique, just like our fingerprints, but with similar themes, stages, challenges, and highlights. And I felt it important to illuminate these similarities so as to reassure and support the traveler on this profound journey. I also want to honor you, dear reader, for turning up and holding this book in your hands. At a deeper level, I believe your soul is calling you home. And I pray that you find some peace, reassurance, and insight into your own true self from the pages that follow. It may be a word that touches you, a whole paragraph or chapter, but trust that behind the words, there is an energy you will feel on a deeper level that is beyond form and cannot be spoken or written about. Allow this consciousness to move through you, even if at times you don't quite understand what is happening. And please trust that there is a divine intelligence at work, moving you to a space of inexplicable grace and bliss. The unfolding of your journey may not always look pretty. It certainly wasn't for me. And at times, you may want to run for the hills and take cover. At other times, you may feel a total sense of utter joy and release as you come to realize that all the trappings of your conventional life are in fact a total construct with no basis of truth at their core. In either case, know that whatever you have personally experienced so far is perfect and not to be compared to my journey or anyone else's. You will discover, as I did, that there are many similarities, stages, and phases that share a common theme on the spiritual awakening. If you choose to say yes to your own inner mission, you will be rewarded in ways you thought you could only dream of, because you will discover a world full of joy and love. And as a result, you will never feel alone or lost again. Not a bad reward, I think you will agree. There is support with you every single step of the way, as there is one who stands by your side, gently waiting to hold your hand and lead you home. That hand will always be there anytime you need reassurance. So learn to trust in its presence and build a relationship with it, whilst also being prepared to stand naked and undefended as you release the old version of you. There will be many mighty companions to meet on the journey who will support you too, and who will be there to offer you a physical hand to hold on this wild ride. Don't be too proud to take the hand or too independent to ask for help. This is a time when we need our spiritual brothers and sisters to remind us what is real when we have forgotten. If you are ready to step up and into your boundless life and extend the ripple of love, then please feel free to take my hand, and together we can take the next step in discovering a truly mystical and miraculous journey of unimaginable depth and vastness. Welcome to the new paradigm of our times, and welcome to your beautiful life. So that's the end of the first paragraph. And what I want to just highlight is this asking for help and not being too proud to ask for help or too independent. And I know for me recently, it's been absolutely key to reach out and to drop my I know mind and be vulnerable. And my ego didn't like it. But I can see from when I wrote this book, I had some beautiful mighty companions and amazing people in my life. But I'm at a stage right now where there's the next level of healing is coming up, and there's been a lot of darkness. And this happens to all of us. And so nothing's going wrong. But I've seen how crucial it has been for me to reach out. Because if there's just one of us here, I'm just reaching out to the love that I already am when I've forgotten. And that's really why I was also guided to start to read this book at this particular time, because I know that as I extend, whatever I extend, I receive, right? There's a beautiful line in the Course in Miracles that says to have, give all to all. And in the giving, the forgiving, somehow there's a healing that happens. And for many of us, for myself, I was very independent, I know how to do this. And on some level, yes, I did. But we go through, as I say, these stages, and that's why I'm so grateful to be able to share this at the moment, because I know this strengthens my own journey. It strengthens the love by joining with each one of you, because it's just mirroring back who I am. And so, yeah, being brave enough to do things like this, right, and not hide. Because what am I really hiding from? Don't know. It's a good question to ask ourselves, isn't it? And maybe that's an opportunity for you to kind of notice if there's any areas in your life where you want to kind of keep some of this stuff to yourself or carry on your own. And that's okay. That's not a judgment. But again, are you willing to want to reach for that hand? And I know some of you are Course in Miracles, so I'm sure will know that Jesus's hand is there. For others, it may be an angel, it may be the Buddha, whatever, feels right for you. But when we ask, we do receive. So it's really crucial to not do this on our own. Yeah, so I'd love to open it up if anybody has any questions or insights or any experiences when they listen to their heart. I'd love to hear if anybody has anything to share. So just pop your hand up if you'd like to. Anything at all. Anne, hello. Oh, is it working? Yay.
Hi.
Hello, my darling. Lovely to see
Hello.
you.
Do you know what? I'm feeling quite tired tonight, and that just listening to your voice and you reading your own words, I just feel very soothed by that. And I feel like my inner kid in my adult needs soothing today. I've got a sort of a couple of dilemmas um, going on at the moment with like work situation, but actually, I just want to rest. I just want to surrender and just rest and um, not make any decisions. I just really want to rest and be just deeply in peace. And I have your book. I have read it, and I found it so moving and so helpful. And yeah, I just wanted to say how soothing I've I'm experiencing this tonight, and that's what my heart needs tonight. It needs soothing,
Mm.
and I've needed support, And I did actually see a very good friend of mine came to my home this afternoon, and it was really, I really valued his presence and his sharing and his wisdom and his care this afternoon. I really value that. And yeah, it's lovely to be open with people that I feel comfortable to be open with, and that I feel can be present and authentic. And that's all I want to say for now. Thank you.
No. Thank you, Anne. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Mm.
And it's lovely to see you, and it's lovely to hear you.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Likewise, my darling. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I'll give you a hug. I'm glad you feel soothed. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel, yeah, you know, when I just need that. I'm soothing myself. Just that loving hug. It's you know, a hug transmits a lot, doesn't it? You know, beyond words.
Yeah, bless you, sweetheart. Thank you so much for sharing. And there it is. Yeah, there's the joining, isn't it, that we're all doing as we journey this together.
Yeah, and it is, and you know, I'm a sensitive soul, and I'm empathic, and you know, I'm wise enough to know we're all in this together. You know, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bless you, my love. Thank you. Hi, Anne, the other Anne. Does it come through?
Yes, it has.
Hi, my darling. Nice to see you.
Hi. Oh, lovely to see you too, and everybody. And yeah, I just want to second what the other Anne said was, you know, like the soothingness of your voice and saying the words that you've written. It's really beautiful. So I just want to acknowledge that. I just wrote down a few words, not very much really, but something that you said earlier about, I think the word came through as wholeheartedly. And that's, you know, like we go through like phases, I seem to. And I'm just in a phase now where it's like, I don't want to keep this backwards and forwards going. So I feel like I've got the right support in place. And this is part of it as well. The ego didn't want me to come here. So it's like, aha, I think this is where I'm going tonight. So it's lovely to be here. Yeah, because I am going through a really seemingly dark phase, and I go through quite a lot of them. And it's like, oh, I'm no sooner through one than I seem to be starting up in another. But this feels somehow different, and I don't know how to explain it, but I don't think I have to. It's like, yeah, there's no real wiggle room. It's like I've just got to keep walking forward, no matter what appears to be going on, you know, health-wise, as well as yeah, companions that are just like dropping away again. I go through a phase where people drop away, and then they drop away, and then they drop away, and then, you know, like the support does come through, but it's that moment between where I've really got to trust that I find difficult. I don't find it that easy to be trusting when the ego's very, very, very loud. But I just, like we do, just get up and walk on. But something in the meditation, and I often hear songs, and it was just, I don't know the words to the song apart from one line, which was, listen to the song here in your heart. I don't even know what song I can hear it, but I don't quite know what song it is or anything. But it's like, yeah, it was just like, yeah, the song in your heart is just to keep listening to that. So for me, it's like just a reinforcement, continually. This reinforcement, like listening to hear what it is I need to hear. So yeah, I'm just really, really fortunate to be here, and thank you.
Oh. Wow, thank you. Yeah, it just feels like a mirror, what you're saying. It's the same thing, and I think the ego really likes to keep us separate. It doesn't want us to share. It's like, keep in your little box over here and suffer in this little box, but as I say, as we extend, that's why I really felt I wanted to extend. My heart is filled, of course, because I'm just seeing the love right there. And I think as we drop into the heart, into that sacred space, I mean, for many of us, obviously, we have blocked our hearts or we have closed it off. But it's just, again, the intention. If we want to drop into it, it's always available to be felt. And I think obviously when we have got things going on, we don't want to always feel, but it's welcoming those feelings, isn't it? And turning up, as you said, the ego is going, yeah, maybe don't come. And it's like, well, you trusted it anyway, right? And this is part of it. Because of course the ego doesn't want you to join. Why would it want to join with others who love you? But you
It's so
felt it.
true. And it was almost like, yeah, like the objection voice was there and just walking through it. And as soon as I joined, it's like, just like felt like, whew, yeah, it can't, there's a place where it can't be heard, if that makes sense. It's like, yeah, it just felt like that. It's like, yeah, just whatever it's saying, it just can't be heard. So, yeah.
And I think, yeah, exactly that. In the extension and the joining, that's where, it reinforces the connection, doesn't it? And yeah, that's ultimately what we're all here to do, is just to hear that voice. Like when I heard that booming voice in my head about, well, to write the book, and then, when I was writing the poem, I completely dismissed it. I thought, that's ridiculous. I can't write a poem. But it came in, it said, yes, you can. And I went, and I literally, to shut it up, I just thought, oh, let's have a go then. But not thinking I could do it. And it literally fell on the paper with these words. And it was so helpful for me. It wasn't about, oh, look at me, I've written a poem. It was like, oh, because those words weren't from me. They weren't, Anne-Marie couldn't have written them. And it really showed me, my goodness, there is this loving presence that we're all connected to. That may be through words, music, dance, cooking, who knows what it is, but it will come through us if we allow it to. And that was a great lesson for me. So yeah, so thank you for listening too.
Yeah, thank you. Just before I close my mouth, it just reminded me, Kirsten Buxton. I don't know if people know Kirsten Buxton, but she's just put some artwork up, and she's never been an artist. And it's like, and I've just watched her doing, like learning to play the guitar, learning to say, not through herself. It's like, oh, it's almost like the Matrix. The skills are just coming to her. So it's really exciting to see, like, it's like, it just dropped in. So I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that. The Matrix. Yeah, it is, isn't it, actually? I like that description. Yeah, definitely. And I think, that obviously the voice of doom and gloom, the ego, will tell us, because my English was so basic at school and my spelling abysmal. I mean, but it was like when I said yes, it was like it came through. I mean, obviously it had to be edited and people helped me to do that. But even that, there was a miracle. A friend who was a proofreader, I happened to meet, and she happened to want to help me. So if I'd blocked it, thinking, oh, I don't, my grammar isn't very good, or I can't spell, then that would have been ego. Oh, good. She's not going to do it now. But because I said yes and I trusted it, then the person came in to help me that I needed, right? So I couldn't have known that. I had no clue. So there's the things that happen when we step forward and say yes, even if it feels uncomfortable and way out of our comfort zone. So yeah, thank you, darling. Great to see you.
You too.
Yeah, thank you. Ah. Hi, Vera.
Hi, Marie, and hi to all lovely persons too. And yeah, I feel I'm so glad. Firstly, I want to say I'm so glad that I showed up, and thank you for giving the opportunity. And it's been a while that we met, we joined, and I still can see my tendency to withdraw, not showing up, especially when I don't feel well. And in the last past months, a lot of struggle with body issues and health. And I saw it. I didn't want to share. I felt myself a kind of burden. And yes, pretty difficult for me to align and to keep on track when in this worldly plane, when I see what I saw, I still see I'm struggling a lot, and yeah, so at the last moment, I'm tired. I'm up since 6 o'clock in the morning, and I felt, oh, I'm tired. It's for me here in Germany. It's already 8 o'clock in the evening. Oh no, blah blah blah. But then I was in a kind of in a flow. I did it. Started my laptop, and I asked you for the code. What is it? It was needed. Was asked. It's okay. I have to connect with you on WhatsApp. Asking, hello, I want to come in. So it worked well, and yeah. Again, thank you. I so do appreciate it to be with you together, and it's as if it is a new experience for me, even when I'm used to 6 years ago when I didn't have any idea what Zoom is. And it was inspired after I met David Hoffmeister in October 2019, and so it came all in this. Yeah, it was rolling, and was used to yeah, but then quite a long time I didn't have any meetings, joinings or sharings, and yeah, but for tonight it's great. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Vera. Thank you so much. Yeah, so relate, when my tendency was always to hide, always. And yeah, I think it takes courage, doesn't it, to step forward and even to be seen and to share. I mean, it used to be my worst nightmare. I mean, that I'd get my words mixed up and I'd go red, or no one would want to listen to me. All the egos, well rehearsed, right? I mean, but yeah, little by little, as we see the demonstration, like you, for me, David Hoffmeister as well, as I know for Anne. So we all kind of met through David's somehow, and to see the demonstration of those who have said yes. You know, like when I chose to say yes to writing the book, even though I had no idea what or how that would happen. It's yeah, and like for you to turn up, even though part of you didn't want to, you're tired and things. It's so thank you, because that's how I don't know, somehow it just there's a commitment, isn't there, to wanting to connect. And ultimately it's the one mind that's connecting. So if we push away, we're actually pushing away the love that we are. So it takes great courage to step forward when we want to just maybe not connect. So yeah, it's a gift for everyone.
Yeah, you're right, Anne-Marie. It was stronger. I was drawn to be here to join with you all, and so it had been stronger. And I had a little, a quite good experience. It was 2 days before I went to my clinic stay for some weeks, and it was the Sunday. Normally, perhaps some of you know Keith Kavanagh, and and one Sunday in the afternoon, quite before he started, I got to know this link, this Zoom link. Oh, Keith! I often listened afterwards to his recording, and then I can't tell. It came, so to say, out of the blue. I felt drawn. It was seemingly it had been guided. I don't know. And I felt the decision, okay, I go live. I attend. What? And then I turned my camera off. It's okay. I didn't want to be seen. But then towards the end, I even raised my hand. I didn't know where this came from. My hand, it was raised. And asked the question, and it was only 2 persons on this day. It was the 24th of August. I vividly remember. And then said, okay, it's your turn. I was the last one on only 2 people. And this afternoon, and I cried, and I was, and then in the live, and then afterwards people showed up and came to me and wrote me, oh, I saw you. I listened to yeah, it was, but I don't know. I tell it because until now I have no idea. It must have been guided.
Mm-hmm.
It is, but only what I can say. It was not on a conscious purpose. And I said a decision.
Mm.
You know, I guess you all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, that's when it happens, isn't it? Because there was no resistance. It just happened. You just went, oh, okay. And because there was a moment of just allowing, and you trusted it, you didn't get in the way, or the ego didn't get in the way, as it's so well rehearsed, isn't it? So you trusted, and there you were. So there's the gift. So yeah. And I remember listening to it, actually, Vera, myself. You know, I listened, and it was very helpful. I wasn't live, but I heard it. So again, you see, you can never know the gift, that ripple from you expressing. You don't know how many people that has touched just by stepping forward and trusting, and that ripple goes out, and you can never know. And you know, that's it's great.
Yeah, that could be an encouragement, what you said, because for myself, I have no idea, and it's not the thought that I'm thinking. It's only then me, oh, I want to hide, blah, 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 and it's not important what I have to say, or I don't dare to. Yeah, I think that's pretty crucial, that you just mentioned that we have no idea what the ripple be for other people in their lives.
Yeah. And let's face it, you know, all the beautiful teachers and way showers that have helped us, if they hadn't had, you know, hadn't stepped forward, and again, they don't know how it touches people. And so I think, yeah, because we're just all walking each other home, and we've probably all heard that, but it's true. It's true. And we can't do this on our own. We need to connect and share and bring everything to the light. If it's kept in the darkness, how can it be healed, you see? And that's why there's so much resistance. That's why the ego wants us to not, you know, have regret, or, you know, you're stupid, don't do it, or, you know, people will judge you. But that's, you know, that's when it takes the courage, doesn't it, to step forward anyway? Because really, you know, the people that love you, and they're going to love you, and you are loved anyway. And, you know, like I said in the bit I shared, there is a hand that's always there to hold. There is always support, whether that's in physical form or with spirit, with, you know, obviously Jesus or whoever. But it's there, and we need it. And it wants to help us. So yeah, thank you for doing that. So
Yeah, and perhaps one last word. It's still for me not so easy to ask for help in a physical way. To ask. I was used almost my whole life to do things on my own, to be this strong, independent woman, and it is this new experience as well, to ask for help, ask people, and yeah, it's, I guess you all can relate.
yeah.
That is the other side of the coin. When we were raised, I guess we have the idea of autonomy. It's also a topic in the course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Vera.
thank you
Thank you, my
so
love.
much.
Oh,
I'm
bless you.
grateful for you all.
Grateful for you. Thank you. Oh, anyone else, or any other comments? Okay. Well, gosh, here we are. We did it. Oh, well, I'm very grateful for you being here, and I'm glad I trusted my prompt. I had it a while ago, but I waited for some reason, and this feels the right time, yeah, to just keep sharing. So yeah, let's just, maybe we can end with a little moment of gratitude. So again, I invite you, if you wish, to close your eyes and know that there's no accident that you're here, that you listened, you trusted, you honored what you needed. And that's listening. And so I pray that we continue to keep our heart open and to listen to this inner voice, and to know that it's loving, it's kind, it's gentle, it's clear, and it's direct. And we can trust it. And if there's a part of you right now that wants to build that and to trust that even more, then offer that up to the God of your own understanding, to the light. And let the light illuminate the way. You don't have to figure it out. You don't know what that will look like. And as the light illuminates our mind and our heart, we allow for this to extend. Keep extending this light in whatever way feels right for you. That may be just a smile to your neighbor, a helping hand to a friend. But just trust that Spirit will guide you. Because we're really just extending to ourselves, to the one love. Well, I wish you a peaceful, gentle rest of your evening. And just take that light with you and rest. Rest in the light. You don't have to do anything now. You can just surrender to it.
Thank you so much. Marie.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, Anne-Marie, and thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. So
you,
lovely,
guys.
lovely to see you and hear
It really-
you.
And you, my love.
Oh,
Thanks for everyone. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
big
That's
hugs.
beautiful. Thank
Big
you.
hugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big hugs.
Yeah. Lots of love. And if you're free next week, I'll be here. If no one's here, I'm still going to be here. Whatever happens, I'm just going to keep going. All right, guys. God bless. Thank you so much.
Night,
Bye for
night.
now.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a
God
good
bless.
week.
Thank you, Angie.
Lots of love. Thank you.
Lots of love, my darling. Bye for now.